Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is the Bergmann Typhoon. It's a tire inflator. It's pretty compact, it's pretty light. Now, I already showed you one of the features of this tire inflator. It can actually inflate a car tire, a completely flat tire, in about 2 minutes. Now, we went over with that because I wanted 35 psi of pressure, but it claims that from 0 to 30 psi it will go in 2, and it actually did. It's got a nice light here if you are going to work on that if you at night, and it's pretty powerful. Yeah, you can see that, and that's it. It's got a button to start. Apart from that, it's got 2 rubber feet. Now, if you did notice that I put it on a tar road, that's where it gets a good grip, it doesn't move. But on a smoother, like if in your own parking, you may have smoother tiles, that's where it may move a little bit. I've seen that, I've seen it doing that. It's got these different attachments. You can actually inflate footballs and your bicycles. Right, you can do that. They've given an extra fuse over here just in case for any reason you are going to blow up the fuse. So these are the attachments for the football and the bicycle and other inflatable products. I haven't used that, but I've used it on the bicycle for my kids, and it just works fine. And they give you this nice little bag. This is, I guess, water resistant to a certain extent. Now, this is a unit which always stays in my car, or rather whichever car I'm taking. I intend to buy 2 more for my other vehicles because I think it's a good thing. Now, this is the Typhoon, and they have another product in the market which looks exactly like this, right? And so this is the Typhoon, and the other one which I saw online was the a newer model, right? And that has a digital display on top. What that actually does is it helps you to enter how much pressure do you want. For instance, like right now I wanted 35 on the tire, so I mean I had to manually look at the gauge and stop inflating the wheel. But yeah, with the digital, if you can configure how much you want, and it is going to stop inflating as soon as it reaches that. Now, that one is for 2,600, but this one with during a discount I got this for 1,900, but this is retailing right now for 2,100. So there is about 500 rupees difference between this one and the one with a digital interface. So it really depends on your preference, but I think this is pretty good. This is pretty solid, and I've filled the tires on at least 4 occasions. And you'll see in the picture, I've done it for my bike, I've done it for the bicycle, and I've done it for one of the cars that we have. So this is a good product, and for the price, I think the only reason I feel that I can have one of these, like each of my cars actually do deserve this. Now, there are more expensive options. I've checked on Amazon and other e-commerce sites, and they cost upwards 6,000, 7,000, and those definitely must be good. But I mean, many times you need these things as an emergency when you are traveling somewhere, right? That's the time when you feel that, oh, it's great that if I have something like this in my car. Now, this isn't too compact for a bike. There are smaller ones which can be used for a bike or a scooter, but I mean, if you have a car and any of the 2-wheelers, then I think this is a very good product to have. I've had this for about I would say, well, when to buy this, like 4 months, and so far I haven't had any issues with it. I know it's a very short duration, but this was recommended to me by a friend of mine who's been using this Bergmann for little over a year now, and they do a lot of off-roading. I've actually done this. I've inflated my Thar's mud terrain wheels. The pressure had dropped down to about I would say about 15 to 20 psi, and I pulled it up all the way to 30 psi, and those tires are heavy, and Thar is heavy, but this did a good job, and I see no reason why I cannot recommend this little thing in your cars. Now, I've done this many times, in the sense I've owned multiple tire inflators in the past, and now I remember as a kid there was a tire inflator that we had, and it would take forever to actually inflate the tire. But now obviously these new gadgets that you see today, of course there are many of those, and you can actually get lost in the sea of all the products that are available in the market. But this little one which I just reviewed, Bergmann, is something which I think is priced very correctly. And of course, now you have a review, you have someone who is using it, you definitely have many options out there, and you can't go wrong if you choose some of the known brands which are already selling. There's one being sold by Michelin, which is good. I have reviewed that, in the sense not formally, but I mean I've actually used that once on one of the trips. And then there is one from Amazon Basic that also is okay. The only problem with that, it takes a little longer to inflate the tire, but yes, it does the job, because I've used that on my Thar once, and it did inflate all the way to 30 or 32 psi that I wanted, and it went from like completely flat to that. The Amazon Basic ones is pretty good, but it had taken us nearly I would say 8 or 9 minutes to get the desired psi on that. So as I demonstrated on this one, 2 minutes for a small car. I'm pretty sure I haven't tried this on my Thar. I've just topped up the psi on that, so that was pretty fast. But from a complete flat to 30, I haven't done it. Now, I don't intend to do it, but unless if you're interested, do let me know if you really want to see a complete flat Thar inflating with this little one. So that will really help you to decide if you want something so tiny, not so expensive, but it's something that you can always keep in your vehicle. All right, peace out now.